is exactly 4 months to the day since these two continental rivals met at the Africa Cup of Nations. Hello and welcome to the official World Cup Qualifier preview between Nigeria and South Africa. I'm your host Deshaj, and with me in studio today is the lockdown spectator himself, Keba Mothoagae.
Desh, thank you very much for giving me this platform once again.
Sure. Keba, the last time these two sides met, there was nothing to separate them after 120 minutes of football. Can you see a similar result here?
That's what it's come to between South Africa and Nigeria. It's a definitive match. It's consequential. They keep meeting in competitions where something is on the line. And as we know, when you mention the game that still traumatizes me, it's a historic miss by Keba that stopped South Africa from turning silver or gold into bronze medal. That's what happened. South Africa should have come away with something that day.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more over there. Kekana is the only player that's omitted from the squad through injury for Bafana Bafana. Do you think he's going to be a big miss in this one?
You've mentioned a big miss, but what does that tell you? It says continuity. So maybe he won't be missed.
Yeah.
I think, like we all know, that's the player of my favorite player in South Africa right now. It's going to hurt that he's not going to be there. But because Bruce is a man with a plan, that fox, that silver fox that he is with that hair, he has got something up his sleeves.
Well, of course, there's a big name inclusion in the team as Lyle Foster makes his return to the national setup. Do you think he's got a point to prove here?
Oh, he most certainly does, because remember, he was the most hated man or the most divisive man in South African football. But his issue put into light the effects of mental illness. People are a lot more informed that it affects even the people at the highest level in society. So I think he's got a point to prove. And you know what? Considering his style of play, he can cause Nigeria problems.
Yeah, of course, there's also the inclusions of Relebohile Mofokeng. Of course, the Pirates man has been on fire for his club.
It would be very bold for Brewers to decide, you know what, let me just throw him in there. Let's see if he makes a plan like he did for Pirates against Sundowns. I don't know if he's going to play, but I don't think those Nigerians will understand who he is, what he's all about, and that actually counts in your favor. We all know that research goes a long way in trying to figure out an opposition.
Yeah, speaking of the Nigerians, the attackers have been, golden like in the last couple years. One player who comes to mind is Victor Osimhen, the Africa Player of the Year. Will miss this one through injury. Do you think he's going to be a big part?
And I thought at first that the Super Eagles were actually playing mind games, but it turns out it really, really is out. And that will definitely work in South Africa's favor. Obviously, we know that somebody's going to step up and be counted. But because South Africa's defense has become so good, that defense making South Africa so good is why the nation South Africa, Bafana Bafana, has now risen in the rankings in Africa and worldwide.
Yeah, just speaking of Bafana Bafana and rising, they've actually cracked the top 10 rankings according to CAF regions. And with, I want to say, excluding Morocco, Bafana have really been one of the most improved African teams in recent history.
Yes, they're definitely the most difficult team to beat. I think in the last, since Bruce was appointed in 2021, Bafana has lost 5 or less games. That is incredible. These are runs that Bafana used to have in the 90s when they were still the best team on the continent. So it says a lot. It really does speak volumes.
Yeah. Looking ahead to this game now, Nigeria have played 2 fixtures in the World Cup qualifiers and they've got 2 points from those. Bafana Bafana, on the other hand, have got 3 points from their opening 2 clashes. Do you think it could come down to the direct head-to-head result between these two nations?
It should, unless Rwanda's result was not a fluke against Bafana Bafana. It should come down, which is what makes it all the more exciting. And remember now, you've also got to negotiate against the likes of Lesotho and Zimbabwe. I keep forgetting the other, Rwanda
Benin as well.
and Benin.
Lesotho,
so
Zimbabwe,
yes, as we've mentioned them. So it will, if these two teams play according to ability, then it's definitely going to be the 2 of them looking for that place in the United States and Canada and Mexico in 2026.
Of course. Is it going to be goals in this one? Which way can you see this one going?
It could be one of... I've seen this movie before. South Africa scores, we fumble, and then Nigeria scores in the last 15 minutes, we take the draw. But if we can shock them by... When you hit them the first time, hit them the second time, rattle them and make sure that stadium goes quiet.
Yeah. Do you think fitness is going to play a part in this one? Because the Bafana team have been traveling for over 24 hours and I believe they've just reached their base camp, at the time of recording. it's been over 24 hours of traveling. Surely the squad is going to be fatigued.
These are modern footballers. These are things that shouldn't factor into play. We all know that they're now mentally strong. And I think, look, eventualities like this are always planned for when you have to go to West Africa, because we can say, oh no, maybe the West Africans, the Nigerians are up to no good here. But we understand that travel is quite a menace going in there. I don't think it will matter. I really don't think it will, considering the spirits that the team will go in there with.
All right, give me a scoreline.
Nigeria 1, South Africa 1.
Okay, well, football fans, you've heard it right here from the lockdown spectator himself. We wish both the teams best of luck, and we hope it's going to be a cracking encounter. From all of us in studio, until next weekend, cheers.
For more soccer betting tips and previews, get the latest copy of Soccer Betting News for only 10 Rand at your nearest Hollywood Bets branch or news agent.